Once upon a time, there was a young monk who was afraid of everything. He was afraid of the dark, he was afraid of heights, and he was afraid of strangers. One day, the monk decided to go on a journey to find a way to overcome his fear. He traveled to many different places and met many different people, but he couldn't find a way to overcome his fear. Finally, he came to a Zen master who agreed to help him. The Zen master told the monk that he needed to face his fear head-on. He told the monk to go into the forest and stay there for 3 days. The monk was terrified, but he agreed to do it. The monk went into the forest and sat down under a tree. He was so afraid that he couldn't stop shaking. He thought about all the things that could happen to him in the forest, and he was sure that he would die. But the monk stayed in the forest for 3 days. On the 3rd day, he was still afraid, but he was also tired of being afraid. He decided that he was not going to let fear control his life anymore. The monk stood up and walked out of the forest. He was still afraid, but he was also determined to face his fear and live his life to the fullest. The monk continued his journey and eventually became a wise and respected teacher. He taught others how to overcome their fears and live their lives with courage and compassion. This story teaches us that fear is a natural emotion, but it doesn't have to control our lives. We can learn to face our fears and live our lives to the fullest. Here are some additional lessons that we can learn from this story. We can overcome our fears by facing them head-on. We can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we react to it. We should not let fear prevent us from living our lives to the fullest. We can find strength and courage within ourselves. We can learn from the experiences of others. We can find support and guidance from others. I hope this story helps you to overcome your fears and live your life to the fullest.